But let us go to Tickety-Boo News. So one of the things I've been hammering about is the fact that the left has such control over the means of communication that they managed to create the idea that they are far, far more powerful than they are. Starbucks, great example, let themselves be cowed by social justice warriors and protests into basically admitting that they did something racist when they chased two trespassers out of their building and called the police on them because they wouldn't pay for anything. They wouldn't buy anything as the rules were in Starbucks. Now we find out from the Washington Times, Starbucks may have appeased progressives with its social justice workshops and open bathroom policy, but such moves have failed to caffeinate the company's bottom line. The coffee giant's stock took a tumble Wednesday after CEO Kevin Johnson announced that Starbucks would close 150 company-owned stores next year instead of the expected 50, with an emphasis on underperforming shops in densely populated urban areas and lowered growth projections. Same thing with the NFL. Starbucks was an untouchable franchise. NFL, untouchable. Star Wars, untouchable. Start to pump in that social justice warrior stuff, and suddenly it's not so untouchable because, you know what? They're not in the majority. I mean, people don't want to be like this. Tracy Ullman, God love her, has a hilarious bit. And I noticed that, like, you couldn't get it on YouTube for a while. Now it's up there, but I don't know if they're shutting it down or not. But she had a thing where she has a woke support group for people who are so woke they can't enjoy their lives. And the thing that's so important about this is when these voices start coming out and they start becoming popular, and people, she is in England, a very, very well-respected comedian. She really can be hilarious. When this stuff comes out, we start to realize, oh, you know, most people feel like this. Most people laugh at this stuff. Just because they're the ones doing the shouting doesn't mean they have the power, or we should give them the power. Take a look at this. It is hilarious.
Okay, everyone, welcome. This support group is for people who are so woke that they are finding it impossible to have any fun at all. We have somebody new with us this week, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Oscar. I think, like a lot of you guys, for me it started with the little things. Signing an online petition, going to a march. Well, I mean, before I knew it, I was writing to The Guardian about LGBT representation in the Harry Potter books.
Which is shocking, by the way.
All right, Lily. We've all read your blog. Don't worry, Oscar. You've come to the right place. All of the young people in this room are ruining their lives by being overly virtuous.
That's actually a microaggression to say young people, because it carries subconscious bias towards the elderly.
Actually, what you're doing is denying agency to the elderly, which is arguably much worse.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You see, it's a slippery slope. 1 minute you're carrying a reusable water bottle, fine, and the next minute you're arguing that water is racist.
Oh my God, is water racist?
No, it's just an example. Right, how did you guys get on with the homework that I set you?
Guys isn't an especially inclusive term.
Not now, Jamie.
By homework, do you mean having to watch that old people sitcom?
It's called Friends, Lily, and you were supposed to watch it and enjoy it.
Well, I tried, but I found it deeply problematic.
Why?
Well, there's the homophobia, the transphobia, the fatism, and the slut-shaming, and could Chandler be any more annoying?
You can't go through your 20s worrying about every aspect of everything. You have to pick your battles. And just remember that it doesn't really matter, because by the time you hit your 30s, most of you are going to be massively right-wing anyway. Have any of you started to think that maybe poor people don't deserve benefits?
No.
Well, watch out for that one, because that's how it starts. Look, I understand this has all been a bit much for some of you, so let's take 5 and have a hobnob.
I find the word hobnob very phallocentric.
Off, Jamie.
We couldn't play that last line, but it is the funniest line in the video. Listen, if the culture starts to shift, and this is the drum I've been beating now for 20 years, but if the culture, this sort of thing, starts to shift, then we can keep our freedom alive for another generation and even another one after that. I do believe we will. I do believe we can. I'm Andrew Klavan. This is The Andrew Klavan Show. I will see you again tomorrow. The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling. Executive producer, Jeremy Boring. Senior producer, Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover, and our technical producer is Austin Stevens. Edited by Emily Jai. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2018.